August 1st will mark 50 years since the UT Tower shooting. A group of people who were there when it happened are working to make sure a long overdue memorial is put in place by then. Fox 7's Casey Claiborne joins us live from UT with that story tonight. Casey?
Rebecca, 5 decades ago this summer, 16 people were killed by Charles Whitman. 14 of those he picked off with a rifle while perched up at the top of that tower. It was an event that shook the community and really the whole world. And believe it or not, the only memorial on campus right now is so small, some people don't even realize it's there.
We heard some pops. We were used to it because there was construction everywhere.
50 years ago in 1966, Austin attorney Jim Bryce was a student at the University of Texas. The night before Charles Whitman committed his heinous act while perched atop the UT Tower, Bryce and his friend Sandra were discussing the turbulent times of the mid-60s.
I said, Sandra, what if somebody went crazy and just started randomly shooting people? 12 hours later it happened.
Here is KTBC television news editor Neil Spells.
Good evening. One of history's worst mass murders occurred here in Austin today. By official count tonight, 49 persons were hit by gunfire. There are 16 dead and 33 injured.
Bryce was in the student union watching the television coverage.
That little TV in the union probably saved lives because we could keep people in front of that TV. Don't try to look at it, you can see it here better.
Even though he and other students spread the word in the union not to go outside, Bryce says some didn't listen and were injured by the gunfire. Nearly 50 years later, Bryce says he and some of his fellow students affected by the shooting started discussing the possibility of a new memorial for the victims at Turtle Pond. The current tower shooting memorial is also at UT's Turtle Pond. It's just a small plaque on a stone that reads, "The University of Texas at Austin remembers with profound sorrow the tragedy of August 1st, 1966. This space is dedicated as the Tower Garden, a memorial to those who died, to those who were wounded, and to the countless other victims who were immeasurably affected by the tragedy." Here are some of the rough sketches of what the new memorial may look like. A large stone cut from Fredericksburg granite with all 16 names etched into it.
It will contain his mother and his wife's name. It will not contain the shooter's name.
There will be a bench and 2 cypress trees as well. According to a UT representative, President Finvez is supportive of the project. The university has been working with Cook Walden Funeral Home to finalize the plans. Bryce says this is all still in the works, but the plan is to unveil the memorial in a ceremony on August 1st, the 50th anniversary.
Because it is the most life-changing, profound thing in the lives of most of us. It certainly changed my life. It changed the lives of tens, hundreds, thousands of people.
Congressman Lloyd Doggett was also attending UT when the shooting happened. Doggett says the memorial is a fitting tribute to both great courage and tremendous pain that was felt across the community on this day, which is unforgettable for all of us who were here. I personally was on another part of the campus and only by chance happened not to walk in the direction at which Whitman concentrated his fire. Tragically, mass school shootings have now become all too commonplace, with our elected officials failing to take meaningful steps to respond. And in Texas, only increasing the danger. There is cruel irony in our state, authorizing guns on campus on the very anniversary of this tragedy. He's, of course, referring to the campus carry law, which does go into effect on August 1st. As far as the memorial, it's still very much in the planning stages. If everything works out as planned, both the university and Cook Walden Funeral Home will pave the stone, and there will be a short ceremony on August 1st.